AITA for being whipped for my wife enough to get a trip replaced? 28 meters. Have 5 kids with my wife. 32F. Please don't come after us with how many kids we have. I work roughly 50 hours a week. 10-hour days MF. And my wife is a som. She does the majority of everything. Cleaning, cooking, everything minus the shopping which my wife orders online and I pick up at the store. So here's the AITA scenario. My work schedules a work bonding fishing trip from Friday night to Sunday over the summer. I said no way I'm going. For the following reasons. Despite my wife telling me to go and have fun. First of all, every Saturday I schedule my wife for some type of treat yourself appointment and send her on a mini shopping spree, kiddo-free morning to do what she wants with one rule: no kid shopping. It's about her and her only. Second, I'm not leaving my wife for 2 nights and a day for fishing and getting drunk. If I want to go fishing, I'll take the 5-year-old twins with me to give my wife less to juggle and create some memories. Third, the ladies that work at the office feel excluded because they don't like the fishing trip because they feel excluded. Fourth, they call it a stag weekend, despite no one getting married. And I don't trust that phrasing, especially since they are going fishing near a very popular college-age vacation spot known for bars and wasted weekend shenanigans. So my coworkers have been calling me whipped since I said no. And saying it'll give them a chance to know me better since I don't go out with them on Wednesdays, when they go to the bar, and have always missed the trip. All my coworkers all have wives, kids, or significant others, so I recommended we do a family campout during the planning meeting. Would cost the same amount. And do those blow-up things on the lake. Boating if you have one. Skis ext. And do a cookout kind of deal with family activities, with my work renting small cabins for families to use. My regional manager, who was at the meeting, loved it even more than the fishing trip. Gave me a yearly bonus to plan this family event every year instead of my coworker who gets one to plan the fishing trip. Now my coworkers are calling me whipped and more BS names and are mad because their wives are happy about my idea. Their wives have even emailed me about a mom Saturday morning idea like my wife has, and I added it into the plan. And are mad their stag weekend is cancelled and, quote, spend a work-paid trip babysitting. So Reddit AITA for getting a work trip cancelled and replaced with a family-friendly event? Edit for clarity. I also included the child-free coworkers of mine in the planning and said if they need a break or are getting overwhelmed, they are more than welcome to borrow my boat for relaxing without kids or for more extreme water sports. NTA, you came up with an idea that would benefit everyone and not leave anyone left out. I find it weird that a workplace would even have such an exclusive fishing trip to begin with. I'd bet the women have been trying to get the trip changed for years, but no one would listen to them. It definitely sounds like they felt left out. If the fishing trip is that important to them, they can still go and pay for it themselves. Literally nothing is stopping them from doing so. The fact that they see having to spend a weekend with their kids as babysitting tells me all I need to know about them. It's not babysitting if it's your own children. You're being considerate to your wife, and it sounds like you're a good husband. You're NTA, and basically excluding your female coworkers can really bite your company in the ass. God, I hate the old ball and chain. God, I hate my wife. Kinda energy these guys are putting out. NTA, it's not your fault you had a better idea that not only included everyone but also serves as a great little vacation for everyone's families. NTA. You coworkers sound like they need an excuse to get away from their families, which everyone needs at some point, and they should be doing that on their own time. If this is a work event, It should include everyone who works there. Having work pay for a stag weekend is gross. Your suggestion is much more inclusive and will essentially be a much better bonding experience for your colleagues. If they're giving you a hard time because you respect that fact that your wife needs a break from being with 5 kids all day every day, then I pity their wives and kids. Ultimately, your family should come first, and it sounds like you found a good solution for balancing work and home life. The other guys can figure out how to get drunk and ogle college girls in their own time. NTA. As a female coworker, I would have been pissed. Why would the company pay for half of the workers to go have fun and ignore the other half? It's not fair. The alternative you came up with sounds lovely. NTA. Your male coworkers sound toxic. You, sir, are one in a million. Congratulations for truly loving your wife and respecting your relationship enough to be there for her and your children. Who cares if they call you whipped? You know you're a good man. You know your wife loves you and you love her. It sounds like you have your priorities straight. So hold your head up and just laugh at him when they tell you that you were whipped. NTA. You came up with a solution that everyone could participate in. Sorry for them that they can't relive their youths. NTA. You have a supportive relationship with your wife and are making positive choices, while your colleagues are desperately clawing to stay in the 1950s. NTA. You sound like a great family man and a thoughtful coworker. I wish we could clone you. P.S. I do hope you get some me time for yourself. I'm confused. You sound like the literal dream of the average woman. You acknowledge your wife's hard work in the home and treat her like the queen she is. You are there for your children as much as you can be. And you avoid situations that you know would lead to inappropriate things going on. Tell them that. And then say this: if what I do for those I love sounds whipped, yo you. Then explain to your spouse what I do and see what they think. Go ahead. I bet the word they'll call you won't be whipped. NTA. You sound more like husband, father of the year. Probably why your male coworkers are not happy. They're wives, so are going to want to see them be more like you. I hope you have a safe and fun family weekend, and hopefully this becomes a regular event. NTA. You sound like a really great husband, and if those guys are mad they have to spend time with their families, then they're the weird ones. If they want a stag weekend, they can pay for it themselves. This seems too exclusive for a work-paid trip. Honestly, I'm glad you stood up for those that hadn't been included before. NTA. Those are all valid reasons. If my company organized a stag weekend when no one was getting married and excluded all the female staff, I'd be pissed too. This wasn't a work trip. It's a guy's weekend disguised as a work trip. Your idea sounds way more appropriate. Now my coworkers are calling me whipped and more BS names and are mad because their wives are happy about my idea. You're not whipped. You're a considerate husband that suggested an inclusive work event. Not your fault that your male coworkers are toxic and consider spending time with their own children, babysitting. NTA. But some of your coworkers sure are. Calling you whipped is sexist and is a reportable offense. Additionally, any person who refers to caring for their own progeny as babysitting is an automatic in my book. Plan your inclusive family trip, and your co-workers who want to have a stag weekend can do it on their own time. NTALMAO. They're mad they have actual standards of conduct to live up to now. You're a good husband. You have a good marriage and I'm sure a lovely wife. Please enjoy them and the fun family-friendly weekend you're going to plan. NTA. When you are used to preferential treatment, Equality feels like oppression. Your male coworkers are just upset the event no longer caters only to their needs. Being whipped is just putting a negative connotation on valuing your wife's opinion, which is a good thing. NTA, and it sounds like you did for employer a favor because the stag weekend was bound to be an HR nightmare.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.